Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. It seems a little bit weird introducing a video and it's not the FIFA 18 Tottenham career mode, but as you know, that series has now finished. If you didn't see the final episode, it was absolutely awesome. I'd recommend you go and check the channel page to check that video out if you haven't seen it. We ended with a Champions League final, finished in style. Absolutely awesome. But the point of this video, I'll keep it short and quick, is to decide exactly which team we are going to be for our next series. I'm going to be giving you a number of options on a straw poll. You can vote only once. Please bear that in mind. You cannot vote multiple times for, for example, pick 2 of the 3 options. That is not going to be allowed. Just vote for the one team that you want me to be. I think there will be some surprises with the choices that I've made, but I don't want to necessarily pick a team that are already up there fighting for the title, because that kind of takes the challenge element away a little bit. So I'm picking some teams that are sort of either just behind the best teams in that country, maybe teams that are in mid-table and need that little bit of a push to go on to fight for a European place, or teams that are really having a tough time of it and I want to dig them out of a hole and get the challenge of taking them from the bottom of the league up, hopefully, towards the top end of the league by the end of the series. But if you're hyped for it, please do hit that like button and let's have a look at the options. First up, heading to the Bundesliga, Cologne. Yes, Cologne. They are sat bottom in the Bundesliga, winning only 4 of their opening 24 games of the season so far. Not a massive transfer budget, 17.5 million, so it's not too bad. We will be able to sign some players that will help us bolster the squad. You can see domestic success is medium priority, continental success low priority, high brand exposure, financial medium. You can read it all for yourself. They're rated as a 4-star team. They have some absolutely fantastic support, so Cologne is the first option of this choice. Secondly, and these are on, this team are on the straw poll because I've seen them suggested in the comments multiple times. This is Schalke. So sticking with the Bundesliga, 2 options from Germany. They're having a bit of a better time of it. I think they are currently 3rd in the Bundesliga. So they're, in my opinion, you've got Dortmund and Bayern Munich that are the standout 2 teams in that league. And then you've got the likes of Schalke, Mönchengladbach, Leipzig, all trying to sort of catch them and stay with them up until the end of the season. Sizable transfer budget of £37.3 million, and the Veltins Arena is probably my favourite stadium in the world. I've never been there, but I love the way that it looks on FIFA. So Schalke, your second choice. Heading over to Italy now for Sampdoria. Now, transfer budget a little bit lower, £12.3 million. They have in the past had some absolute legends play for that club, and they're not far off the kind of glory days of the past. They're sort of fighting for European football at the moment. I think they're 6th in the Italian league, so just needing a little bit of a push, just a good run of form, maybe a couple of good additions to the team to catapult them up into potentially fighting for a Champions League place. But of course, a lot of competition for them in that Italian league. The likes of Napoli, Juventus, the Milans, Roma, lots and lots of good teams over there in Italy. But Sampdoria are next on the list. Staying with Italy now with Fiorentina. Now, absolutely love their kit, but that is not the reason they are on this list. They've got a slightly bigger transfer budget than Sampdoria, £17.3 million, and they're very much a mid-table side these days. They are currently, let me have a quick look, they are currently 10th in Serie A, so a lot of work to be done to turn them into a potentially title winning side, but I don't think they're ever in danger of relegation. But I think that could be a very interesting series, and not a rich club particularly, but a few additions and we could start to fight for a European place and then build on that success if we were to achieve it and potentially go for the title. Heading over to Spain now, and this team are once again in this choice because they are mentioned a lot in the comments. That is Valencia. They have a very good squad. I think they're probably the best team on this straw poll. They're not far off challenging the likes of Real, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid in La Liga. Valencia currently sitting in 4th, so having a decent season. But the good thing about them is they have a very, very sizable transfer budget of £47.5 million, which would enable us to improve the team almost immediately. So already closing the gap, I think, on the top 3 of Spain. And they've had some great players, David Villa, David Silva, all coming through Valencia. So very interesting choice for me. And like I said, probably the strongest team on this straw poll at the moment. Then sticking in Spain, but going right down the other end of the table for a more relegation sort of survival type series. This would definitely take some building if we were to have any sort of success, and that is Las Palmas. Now, £5 million transfer budget, not great. They are currently in the relegation zone in La Liga, based on the island of Gran Canaria, so I know nothing. I know nothing about Las Palmas. Just thought it would be an interesting choice. Very nice kit, very similar to the Villarreal kit. You can see expectation of the board very, very low, so we would be unlikely to get sacked. However, we were to play it here at Las Palmas. But if you were to vote for them, it would be an interesting series. It would be a slow burner, but we'd slowly try and build our way up to a top half, maybe even European qualification team. So they are your final option. So do let me know what you think. Get voting, and obviously whatever team wins the vote will be the team that we go into this series with. It's as simple as that. The aim is to get this series up on a daily basis at 6 PM. I've never really done an upload schedule before, but daily 6 PM. We'll keep it to 2 games per episode, so the episode length will stay around 10 to 12 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer at times, but that's the only way I'm going to be able to get content up on a daily basis. I start my new job on Thursday. Don't yet know my shifts on my rotor or how that's going to work, so you may have to bear with me for the first couple of days. But I am absolutely pumped to start a new series outside of England. It's a rarity that we've done that. The reason I didn't include any options from the French League is because our last series outside of the Premier League was done with Monaco. So once again, I fancy a little bit of a change. Make sure you vote, make sure you drop a thumbs up on the video, and the new series will be starting soon. I'll announce on Twitter before the first episode goes live, so make sure you're following me on there, and I will see you in the new series.